What's up, fight fans? I'm J.Cotto. Welcome to J.Cotto's Fight Page. And welcome to Late Night Boxing Talk, where today we had a very good scrap, man. We had a very good fucking fight. Peace to Cigar Boxing. You know what I'm saying? Peace to fellow follower Corey, JR the Boxing Junkie. Also, peace to everybody who was supporting the fight tonight. I got to tell you, man. I'm just gonna get right into it. You know, Leo Santa Cruz never said he didn't have the hands, but I do have to say that I knew that he was outgunned. You know what I'm saying? It just wasn't gonna happen. It just wasn't gonna happen. This fight right here really showed Santa Cruz's pedigree so far, and so far I have to say, man, I take nothing away from the kid. Pretty good fucking pedigree. Frampton, passed with flying colors, man. I only can say that for me, Frampton got my respect. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing more. There's nothing more to say, but just that they got my respect, and this fight, no doubt, is a fight of the year candidate. You have to actually go there with that. It's definitely. I also have to say that you know Santa Cruz, basically what he got today was baptism under fire. You know what I'm saying? It was baptism under fire, and well, he passed. The thing I didn't like what he said at the end. I think it was kind of bullshit. You guys have to agree. I think it was a bit disgraceful, man. It was a bit disgraceful. I think it was more his father being upset because his father was pissed off. Did you see it at the fucking at the if you saw the post interview, the post fight interview? Did you see his how fucking upset his father was, man? Did you see? Did you see how fucking pissed off his father was? He kept tapping him on the shoulder. He kept telling him what to say and shit. And like the same thing that happened when they had made Guillermo Rigondeaux the fucking mandatory for he made it a mandatory for for Frampton's strap before he vacated and left. And then he called him a fucking coward. Him and his father were calling him a coward and shit like that. And he got pissed off. I mean, that shit pissed me off. Because, I mean, how you calling a man coward, but yeah, you fucking vacated and you just mad because, you know what I'm saying, the sanctioning body of the strap made Guillermo Rigondeaux the fucking... This is the thing that bothered me a bit. I was a bit bothered by it. So, I'm just saying to myself, now that we seen this fight, how many still think that Santa Cruz can fuck with Guillermo Rigondeaux?
I mean, this is something real.
And I'm not going by theory here. I'm not going by triangle theory or nothing. But honestly, how many think? How many think? Because to tell you the truth, I totally doubt. Totally fucking doubt that Santa Cruz could fuck with Guillermo Rigondeaux. He had problems with movement. You know what I'm saying? You know how crafty Guillermo Rigondeaux is on the inside, guys, as well. And you know how crafty he is on the outside. You know how much of a boxer he is. So, we can only go by that little theory there. Now, this is going to be a great fucking closing year for boxing because we still got a couple of more matches coming up. But I just feel that the way it's going, we get more matches like this, we're definitely gonna be in the fucking. We're definitely gonna be good money. You know what I mean? And I also have to say that every other fighter who saw this fight tonight, every promotional banner, every trainer, every manager, did you see the display tonight? This is what us fight fans want. Yes, Ireland and everyone overseas fans are the best, no doubt. But it was in New York. And the energy of us Americans are there. It's just been lackluster because of the matches you've been giving us. Now this tonight was a very good fucking fight. That's what we want to see, more of that. So all these fighters out there, and we have to omit the ones that have fought hard this year. You know, Keith Porter, Shawn Thurman, and others. Now I know everybody wanted the Paul Stahl Crawford fight to look something as to that, but instead we got an invasive Crawford, and down the line we're going to appreciate that because it's going to pay off against an opponent. But I hope that the rest of these fighters tonight take a page out of this fight's book, because the fight, yes, dangerous fight, definitely dangerous fight, full contact. That's what the sport is. It was expected. That's what we wanted, and that's why the fight went as high as it did, because it was competitive. Know what I'm saying? Now the unifications as well. Now Frampton is talking about fighting Gary Russell, and then Selby tried to blatantly diss fucking Gary Russell, and Gary Russell came back and let him know. And Gary Russell's for real. He want to fight in Unify too. So there are other legacy fighters out there that are starting to show now, and I'm happy about that. David Hay was in Brooklyn as well, and he was following David Hay, and David the Pussy Hay, he fucking ran from him. The video's out there. Go look for it. Do your research. You'll see it. You'll laugh right along with me. Shit is hilarious. I just don't appreciate. I'm just not appreciating the fact that a lot of these fucking fighters are trying to avoid that type of action. Low risk, high reward, right? So that's what they're trying to do. But and then you got these legacy fighters that are coming out. And these are the fighters that half of you guys out there don't really like. You know what I mean? And you start to hate because they're knocking motherfuckers out, or they're unifying, or they're fighting hard. Well, that's boxing. Wasn't it a champion of today from a heavyweight division that said he don't play boxing, right? But so far everything's been voluntary, and yeah, yada yada, is not his fault. But we still have yet to see him redeem himself in that department. Well, it's getting real now. It's getting real now, and I want to see politics try to skin this, try to skin the cat again. I want to see that, because all we got to do is just speak up. That's all we got to do is speak up. If we speak up, we're more than likely to be heard. And when we're heard, and they know that, you know, we're not gonna like exactly what we see, they're gonna give us what we want. Most of these guys don't you know what I'm saying, and when I say guys, I'm talking about the guys in the suits, the ones that try to tell and give us boxing the way they think it should be giving. A lot of these guys have no idea, but I think they're learning now. I think they're catching on now, and this is what I've been saying: voice your opinion, voice the way you feel, especially if you coming out your pockets buying. Because tell you the truth, none of us are really getting free boxing on TV. I mean, if you have cable and you're watching it off the cable fucking box, I mean, or satellite or whatever, you're still paying for it. So you know what I mean. I and I'm a dude that's literal, like so that's literally you're not paying. It's free if you've got one of those converters. That's it. You don't have cable, but if you have cable and you're watching it, it's not really free. Just put that in mind, man. Put that in mind, guys. You know what I'm saying? Let's not be stupid. Let's not be full of shit. A lot of people don't understand that. You know, it's like when you buy a product. You ever bought something you saw on TV, and of course, it's our fault when we think that, or we overlook the little words on the bottom of things that say, you know, uh, assembly required or color varies, or you know what I'm saying. We buy a product and we want it in red or something like that. We didn't get it in red, so it's just shit like that. So just imagine, right? Just imagine if this happens with our fighters. You know what I mean? They advertise them, but we look over that fine print that says, most fighters won't show up. See, that would be much better because then we know what to expect. And at least as we get older, we know that there's fine prints. So we have to really read carefully and listen carefully, right? So maybe these guys should come with fucking sort of like precautionary statements or something like that, or you know what I'm saying, or some type of warning to let us know that some action may vary. I don't know, some shit. You know what I'm saying? Just let us know, because these guys, like I said, these guys in the suits swear they know, but they're listening. They're listening, and I don't think they have anything to do with the fighters. I think they have to do with the way they put pressure on the fighters and the way they tell them, listen, you guys have to step up your action or something because the ratings suck, and you know what I mean. And especially if people write into their fighters or write in to the companies and let them know how fucking lackluster it's been, because there are fans that are doing that now. You know what I mean? Especially when you show up and you protest with your voice at an event. So, guys, that there is such thing, and this is what we have to look forward to. That we control. We always did control fucking boxing. We control every fucking sport. Just gotta speak up. You can't let motherfuckers do like in football and baseball. I don't in basketball. Motherfuckers did lockouts. You know what I'm saying? And just totally shitted on your fans, and it was like, oh, fuck you guys. Even though we get millions of dollars, people that, type of money that people will never see in their lifetime, we're going to bitch and moan and complain about it, and we're going to lock you guys out because we see that you guys are making more money. But that's the way it is. If you're hired by a fucking team, of course the owner's going to make more money than you. It's your fucking boss. So this is the way it is with these fighters. The thing is that the incentive has been taken away. So when you take incentive away, there's nothing to fight for. So when you contract these guys, right? When you contract these guys and you let them know, listen, this is how much I'm giving you, and it's gonna be a lot of fucking money. It's gonna be mad money, right? So like in the millions, right? So you got these millions already in front of you. So now when it's time for you to fight, and you know that you can get by a dude, you get by the dude. But you didn't throw as many punches, you didn't fight the way you're supposed to fight. And then sometimes it comes to fruition where motherfuckers so defensive that they get fucked up and they get touched. Then they decide in later rounds to throw some fucking punches back, and then what happens? Boom. They come up on the scorecards, and of course, if they're favored, man, we know what the game is, man. I ain't even gonna finish what I'm gonna say because we already know what the fucking game is. That's exactly what it is. So, you know, convincingly, I'm surprised that Frampton got this shit over a decision as well, especially on one of Heyman boys. Now that's something to make you think. You know what I mean? Is it cleaning up? Are they being a bit honest now? Piece of big psych. Satellite niggas. 1996 beat. Bit old school. But you know, like I was saying, man. A lot of these fighters have to take a page out of this fight's book, because this is what us fight fans want. There was evasiveness, there was inside fighting, there was mid-range fighting, there was outside fighting, there was fighting off the back foot. This fight had everything going on. So let's just hope that a lot of these fighters that we follow now will step this action up just like this, because fight of the year is a great feat. And a lot of motherfuckers need to start thinking this way. They need to start thinking they're better than each other. That's called competitiveness. And especially in this sport. Now, back to Lee Selby and Gary Russell Jr. I don't know if you guys saw that, but they were on the panel, and they gave him a little interview or whatever, and they were asking questions and shit. And this motherfucker Lee Selby tried to blatantly say in front of fucking Gary Russell that Gary fucking Russell was really a nobody, and Gary Russell let him know, I don't know what you're talking about, because if I'm really a nobody, I got a strap, and I got the most important strap, so why don't you come see me? He needs to unify. He says he needs those belts. See, so this is what I'm saying, guys. It's coming to fruition. And I have interviewed Gary Russell Sr., and these guys, you know, are guys that respect other fighters, but these are also gentlemen that want legacy, and it's gonna happen. It's cleaning out, guys. When me and the fight guru unleash what we gotta unleash, I guarantee you it's gonna be even better. Now, I'm gonna try to get an on-phone interview with Mauricio Herrera to see what's going on with the champ. And JR the Boxing Junkie, we're gonna get up on that video, part 2 to your video. You'll catch it on my channel, J.Cotto's channel. We're gonna be, you know what I'm saying, chopping it up and shit, talking about different types of belts. How could they get rid of them and just make them 4 majors? You know, and that's basically it. You know, my whole theory on this belt thing, my brother and fight fans, is just basically, I think a lot of belts were made to cater to fighters, which I call cereal box fighters. But it is what it is. You know, it is what it is if we let it be what it is. Now, when we sit back and we think about the other fights that we've seen, right, from last year all the way to now, see the difference? You see the difference? You see how everything comes full circle? It's like what's meant to be is meant to be. It's gonna happen. These guys have tried to pave roads around the sport and around the competitiveness of the sport. And for some reason, the competitiveness of the sport always finds its way back. So when it finds its way back, it becomes a calm water. Because regardless, rough waters become calm. Now, there have been a lot of lot of mistakes on the way things have been carried. But classic example tonight. And like, that fighters can change, and Leo Santa Cruz has changed after today. I think after today he will be no joke, simply because he got what he needed, which was baptism under fire, and he held his own. A lot of people see this fight as close, but if you review it again, if you've got that eye, you'll know it wasn't. Just like other fights. And I think that the demographic in the sport is going to change for the better. We can't allow any more of these models to happen. We have to ask more for the competitive model, not the casual boxing model. We've tried that, and look what it got us. Multiple belts, Fugazi champions. And I gotta say, there have been a lot of fighters who lost their O between last year and this year. Mark my words, guys, when the competitiveness steps up and the natural course of the sport takes itself back, what's going to happen here is a lot of guys that have been fighting Salkas and other motherfuckers are going to lose their role. And they'll most likely lose their role to the legacy fighters that are fighting hard. And when they finally get that, it's like Pac-Man and the power pellet after the ghost. The power pellet was the whole match, the bait that they got, and they were able to get to that fucking running champion, and they finally gobble them up, and it's done deal, wrap. It's finished. And this is the way the sport is supposed to be. Today we saw boxing. Last week we saw boxing. A lot of people don't comprehend that. A lot of people still have bias to the point that they, to be honest is just to be honest. That's it. You know what I'm saying? When you're honest, you feel better, and you see things clearer. And I'm not gonna let any bias change my direction, except for the performance. And like I said, I didn't like Leo Santa Cruz, and I saw him get baptized today, and I feel that he has a great future ahead of him. But I wasn't as impressed. I don't like him because of what he did and said about Rigondeaux. I don't like what Frampton did to Rigondeaux. But Frampton held his own, and Frampton said he was going to go forward and fight competitive fights. So he named some competitive fighters and some champions that were competitive. So we have yet to see that, but I'll take his word for it now. Santa Cruz better. If he can't get a rematch right away, he has to train harder and has to fight bigger names. Mikey Garcia did a hell of a job today. Looked a little heavy. Still had a little pep in his step, but looked sluggish. Now, he said he was going to go down. I think that's very good for him. He needs to trim down a bit. He looked a bit heavy. Otherwise than that, Mikey Garcia's back, and he's hitting hard. This thing with Tyson Fury coming out and saying that he's a homosexual as well, a lot of people are asking me about that, and I have to just say this: It was a tweet. He was wearing he was hugging a dude. I don't know who it was. And he had a pink fucking bow tie on with no shirt. And he was just on some I'm out. And then he says I'm gay. So we all know that Tyson Fury's a fucking joker. Okay, he's a jokester. I think it was just one of them bullshit tweets. Now, if he is a homosexual, well, I'm not going to condemn him or anything, but I will say this though. All that controversy you caused upon yourself with what you said and all this other shit, I think that was bad publicity. But it's bad publicity, but whatever. It's just kind of stupid, but I don't think he's gay. I think he was just fucking around with everybody. He was fucking around with us. We have yet to see, but it is what it is. I'm just gonna say that. Now, Paulie the Yak Malignaggi had a fight today, and of course, it was what it was. Congratulations. But I still want to see Pac-Man bust your shit open, dog. I still think you're full of shit. There's a bunch of us who think you're full of shit. And just basically, dude, like, who cares if you boxed? They made this little montage on him on Showtime, and he came out and said, I'm not done yet, but you should be. You should be. You know, you should be. Because you're not really fighting anybody. You're a somebody. You fought somebodies. And you're talking shit about a somebody, and I don't see you trying to step up at all. But you're shooting your mouth off with allegations. You know, I think Pacquiao should fucking sue you. And had it been any other boxer he was talking about on PEDs as much as he does with Pac, you know what I'm saying? I think that's what it is. I think he wants Pacquiao's career. I think he thinks that his career is going that way. And he just can't set a feet. So he'd rather just fucking smear him. Because everything he said is all fucking allegations, which is just fucking shooting blanks, which is like a dick with no balls. So I have a three-legged horse for you, Paulie, that you can get the fuck out of here on. You know what I'm saying? Stop fucking knocking legacy fighters, dog. You know what I'm saying? Nobody cares that you fought. I don't give a fuck. The people that are gonna comment as well don't give a fuck. And followers of hashtag Come Back to Boxing definitely don't give a fuck. You're still doing your thing. That's great, God bless. But after that little speech, that little tantrum you threw, can't believe you no more, bro. Otherwise than that, fight fans, I'm J.Cotto. Thank you for joining my fight page. This has been Late Night Boxing Talk. Peace to Black September and Dre Lewis. Peace. God bless. Stay vigilant.